Hi y'all, and welcome to my September wrap-up / October to be read list. Yeah, so here's the thing. September was not a good reading month for me. I didn't read any of this list of Audible. I did read By a Thread by Lucy Score on Kindle. This book, The Housemaid's Secret, I had previously read, so that could be counted, that could not be counted, either way. I did get through Things We Never Got Over, but I feel like I barely made it through that book. I started Things We Hide from the Light, and I just never was able to finish it. And as far as A Court of Mist and Fury, I am still working on that book. I'm about 200 pages in. September was just really difficult with a bunch of stuff going on, and I did not have any time to read, so I only read a very small amount, I feel. And on the things that I wanted to read for my physical copies, I read none of them. Nothing from this list. I'm just like, okay, I guess that's interesting, but okay. I did read a book called Savage Road. This was like a series. It was part of a series that had started on Audible. And so I read that one. And then I also did Before the Coffee Gets Cold. Oh, I didn't actually rate this one. It was okay. I'm gonna give it 3. It was good enough. And then By a Thread, I gave that one a 3 stars. It just wasn't my kind of book. Like I said, I really didn't read any this month. I think I read a few other days somewhere down in here, but I didn't keep up with it because I had a crazy busy September and I had absolutely no time, which is fine. It's totally understandable that might happen. Yeah. I will have to come back to this one day. But now going into October. So this one is extremely ambitious. Is again the same amount of ambition as every other month before, that I have never gotten to any of these. And I have bought more books since I made all these lists. So there are books on here that are not included. It's a problem. But it's gonna be okay. I've got it. So Audible. So I really wanted to go full into the October season, mystery, thriller, pretty much a full list of all mysteries and thrillers. The House Across the Lake, I've definitely heard that book is definitely a mystery. And so I definitely want to get to that this month on Audible. It seemed, I could buy it elsewhere, but I like to split things up and let y'all know what goes where. So that one I'm going to try to do through Audible. The Guest List, I've heard that's a good spooky book. The X-Hex, I'm not sure about that. Honestly, I'm not sure about any of these. The Last Word, I have heard a lot about that one. It's a person leaves a bad review for an author, and then the author starts stalking the person, and I'm like, okay, that absolutely gives me October feeling, stalker, thriller, mystery, And then Vengeful by V.E. Schwab, because I read Warm Up and Vicious 2 months ago, and they were just very interesting, but they definitely gave me a mystery feel to them. And it seemed very interesting. So I wanted to continue with Vengeful this month. So then, as you probably know, I have my Kindle section, which is what we're doing next. Okay. I found quite a few. All of these books actually are Kindle Unlimited. I'm pretty sure I might have to double check that, but either all Kindle Unlimited or I might have to buy one, but I'm pretty sure They're all Kindle Unlimited. Awkward in October. I think that one's a fall romance vibe in October. And I mean, I know I said I was going to do mostly spooky books, but honestly, there's only so many thrillers you can read before you really start to get freaked out. Like, I've read The Housemaid and The Housemaid's Secret, and both of those are very, very scary. How it's like, the main character, the housemaid, she gets in an interesting situation. I can't go into it without going into too much detail. Let's see. The Very Secret Society of Irregular Witches. I am currently working on this book. I am about 82, 84% of the way through. It's, so far right now, I would give it about 3 stars. It's not what I thought it was going to be exactly. It's like this person, so they are witches, and there is magic, and it is very October for that reason. But with this book, there's also a romance subplot. Like, so the witch, she ends up getting a job offer at this mansion, at this person's house, who basically took in orphaned young witches who were, because the premise of the book is all witches are orphans. Like, they get orphaned at a very young age due to reasons that go into later in the book. It's just really, really slow, because it's like sometimes you find out about that plot line, and then sometimes there's a romance plot line all of a sudden with her and one of the people at this house that she's staying at to tutor these witchy children. There are 3 of them. And she's trying to tutor these witchy children, but she doesn't have any idea really how to do that, so she's figuring it out as she goes along. And there's some interesting, fun stuff that happens there, but I just wish it focused more on that. But it devolves into romance plot between her and one of the guys in that house, which is charmed so nobody can see it. Like, nobody knows about it, and it has like protections on it from yet another witch, but she's never actually there. She's just talked about a lot so far. I don't know if that's going to change. I mean, I'm about 80 to 80% of the way through, but right now it's okay. It's not giving me a 5-star feel. It's giving me like a 3. Like, it's okay, but if this was a series, I'm not sure I would continue. Kind of feel it could change. The Haunting of Beechdale Mansion. I don't know what that one's about, but I'm assuming it's some kind of haunting mansion. Obviously, it's about a haunting, and it gives me October. That's very October spooky vibes. Mr. October, I do know that one's another fall October romance, and I just think it's going to be so cute because it just sounded cute in the description, but I cannot remember the description right now. And Resting Witch Face, again, so sorry, don't know what that's about, but it had witch in it. It was on Kindle Unlimited, so I decided to go for it. And then on the side after my Kindle, as you probably are aware, we have my physical books that I want to read. So we have A Good Girl's Guide to Murder, Good Girl, Bad Blood, and As Good as Dead. All of these are obviously part of one series. It starts with the Good Guy's Girl to Murder, then Good Girl, Bad Blood, then As Good as Dead. And I have them, and I'm going to read them. For truly, I'm going to read these in October. It's going to be a little bit of a busy month, but hopefully not as busy as September was, maybe. Then we have On the Far Side of the Mountain and Frightful's Mountain, which those 2 might change. I just didn't have any other October books at the time, but I did get a few other October books since I made this list a few months ago. So those 2 are very likely to change and probably gonna be pushed into November because they're mountainous fall books that are not spooky, though, or do not right now, as I know, are spooky, because those 2 are or a small part of a series I didn't even know was a series. I read the first one in like 6th grade or something, which is My Side of the Mountain, and I never knew about the other 2 books. So I want to read those, but I don't know if I'm going to get to those in October because I did get a few other mystery books. Okay, so that is the 15 books that I want to read, with one that I am currently reading, The Very Secret Society of Irregular Witches, that right now I'm not loving, like it's not a 5-star, it's like a 3 right now. We'll see if it changes. Anyway, that is my September/October, what I'm hoping to do, and maybe I'll go back to some of the books from September. Maybe I'll go back to a book from August if I really feel like I have time. But right now, I'm just going to try to focus on the October scary, spooky, mystery, thriller type books. And yeah, anyway, that was good. That's all. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you might find a book that you might want to read or think about getting. And anyway, at the end of the day, this is just for fun. It's not like I have to read all 15 of these. I would like to, of course, but anyway, that's it. Bye.